Okay. Good morning, everyone. Now imagine that you are a boss now and I am your secretary. Okay? So, hey boss, it's a time to have an interview with a young man. He is waiting for you in the meeting room now. And when you enter the room and if you see this young man sitting like this four ways, which one do you prefer or which one do you think is the most appropriate sitting posture? If you want to choose number one, can you raise your hand? Number two? Number three? And number three, one? And number four?
Number 4.
Okay.
Number 4.
Okay, it seems like most of you choose number 4, right? Yeah, it's the most appropriate sitting posture in these four ways, and later will tell you why the other 3 are not the most appropriate ones. And according to the survey you took before, there are 60% of students in your class think that business manners are important for a student who major in business. And however, there is only 10% plus 13% of students in your class think that it's easy to get information about business manners in college. So today we'll talk about business manners, and we'll especially focus on the parts that interest you the most. Let's take a look at this graph. We have numbered the top 3 topics for you. Number 1 is job interview manners. Number 2 is your overall appearance. And number 3 is the office manners. And my name is Daisy Sun and she is Daisy Zheng. In addition to the audience analysis, we have read several books related to this topic. And we have searched many websites. And in addition, we went to a speech which is delivered by the chief of the International Manners Association in Taiwan. And she is also the author of one of our references. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you some tips for a job interview. Before going to we also divide the job interview manners into 3 parts: that before interviews, during interviews, and after interviews. Before going to an interview, according to the book, business manners are very easy. They also tell us we should have good understanding of yourself, industry, and the target firm. First of all, you should be able to identify your personal skills, your interests, your specialties, and your personal weakness and strengths. And because the interviewer will ask something about you from your resume, so please get familiar with your resume. And then you can put some time into searching some like trends or some current events in the industry now. And because this is not only for your further planning, but also to impress the interviewer. And then you can collect some information about a company, like a company's size, their structure, and their products and service. And if you want to collect some information about the position, you can conduct an informational interview with someone in the similar position. And then you go to an interview. During interview, there's a rule called the first 10 seconds. This rule tells us that your professionalism, your social class, and your intelligence will be prejudged in the first 10 seconds of the interview. Maybe some of you will think that it's unfair, but it's the truth and it's the way that things gonna happen. So your first impression is very important. And the interviewer always focus on the way that you are dressed. So later will tell you how to dress professionally. And they also focus on the level of eye contact that you maintain and your body language. So please remember to maintain a good eye contact and appropriate body language to show that you are confident, you are dependable, and you are responsible. And there are several things that you should notice. Do not be late when you go to an interview. You can go to a company earlier and you can release your attention and get familiar with the surroundings. And imagine that you are left for the interview and you go to the office in a rush, and then you open the door and tell the interviewer like, oh sorry because blah blah blah. I don't think it's a good way. I can tell you that you ruined the first 10 seconds, just what I said before. And be polite not only to the interviewer but also to all the staff in the company, because their opinions will be considered as well. And when you knock on the door and get in, you can sit down only after you are asked to do so. And unless the interviewer wants to shake hands with you, do not stretch all your hands first. And this is inappropriate. And show your confidence, but do not be arrogant. You cannot tell the boss like it's your loss if you don't choose me. Okay? And be focused throughout the whole interview. And the last one is sell yourself as a solution to the employer's problem. And to do this effectively, you have to do some research and know what the employers needs, and this is your research come in. And according to the book Business Manner, the author Xin Huang, she tells us that we should not forget to send a thank you card to the interviewer. You can tell them you would like to hear from them as soon as possible, and you can thank them again for spending time with you, and at least you can answer any questions that you didn't provide in the interview. And coach them the interviewer again if you didn't hear from the company after 3 or 4 days. And then the most important thing is that you should